Test, test, 1, 2. Test, test. Yeah, it's working.
Okay, perfect. It's not the same. The big thing is one and another. Which is half. Oh, it's right now. Give me. Sí, vamos. Adelante. Welcome to 1 million cups, 2 million cups. Before we get started, Linda has a message to tell everyone else.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Great. Well, welcome to our second annual Million Cups event. Sorry. I am very proud to be here with our RGV Startup Week team. We wanted to, this year, create this festival and move it around the valley because it is RGV Startup Week. So we want to make sure that our entire region and community gets involved. So on behalf of, UTRGV, as one of the co-organizers of this entire week of events and trainings and sessions and networking, we are very thankful that you are here today. If you want a little tech of RGV Startup Week, we invite you to register over there on the side. We also have some giveaways if you want. If you like some, please head over. We also want to just talk a little bit about, before we get started, about what this is all about. So it's about community, it's about collaboration, it's about partnerships. Us at UTRGV, we believe that we cannot not do everything alone, and we cannot and will not do everything alone. So we always collaborate and partner with our sister organizations or our organizations that support the work that we do, especially in the area of economic development and entrepreneurship and innovation and commercialization and on small business. So this is a way of us doing that, creating a festival program throughout an entire week where we bring all our resources together and provide that kind of knowledge and that kind of just kind of access to what we're able to offer here in the Rio Grande Valley, and to make you understand that you are not alone, that you have resources and that you can count on all of us to support you in your journeys. It is not an easy journey, we know that, but we're here to support you. And this is one of the events we love to do. We represent 1 million cups in Brownsville, but we always talk and partner with our partners in McAllen, and we wanted to do this because we think it's important that you see us collaborate, you see us partner, because then we can support you more. So it is my pleasure and my honor to be here and introduce here in McAllen 2 million cups. Now we'll pass it on to Jorge that will do his presentation and introduce our participants, which is one from Brownsville and one from McAllen.
Awesome. Thank you. If you have not registered yet, this is the QR code. Sign up for RGV Startup Week. It will enable you to go to multiple events throughout this year that are, as Linda mentioned, access of resources that we have to our region. All right. So a couple of housekeeping rules. We don't clap here. I'm sorry. We're like the church, like the boring church. We ring bells though. So let's set it out. Everyone at the same time. We'll ring that bell. Okay, ready? One, two, three. Excellent. So that same type of ring whenever you have our amazing speakers today, I would like to hear that. Before we get started, this is a QR code that you should definitely be scanning. So if you want to register for amazing prizes, please help us by scanning that QR code. It really helps us keep track of the people that we have here. I see a couple of people scanning. Thank you very much. Very much. All right. So if it's your first time here at 1 Minute Cups, raise your hand. Excellent. More than half of the room. It's the first time here at the incubator. Okay. Decent amount of. We'll be talking a little bit more about the incubator. But first of all, what is 1 Minute Cups? 1 Minute Cups is a program that connects entrepreneurs with their community. The format is very simple. In 6 minutes, they tell us their story. It's not a sales pitch. The goal here is not try to convert and get customers. The goal here is to tell the community who they are, what they do, but most importantly, what they need help with. And actually, all of this started back in Kansas City with one simple question. What can the community do for entrepreneurs? And this eventually grew into a big region. There are 5 regions in the U.S. The Southwest covers 4 different states. This recently changed. We have 26 communities within the Southwest. In Texas alone, we have more than 20 communities. So it's growing. At a national level, we have more than 106 communities that are meeting right now as we speak every Wednesday at 9 a.m. And we have some core values. We do this for the community and by the community. So you will see a couple of people wearing this type of shirts. If you see someone with this shirt, ask them, what do you do? And they're the people that pretty much help us put this event together. If they say that they're from Brownsville, give them a hug, please, because RGV Startup Week has been hard on them. So they definitely need a cup of Joe and a hug. So what do we do? Well, we already talked about this. The goal here is to ask them, what can we do to help? And the cool part about this event is that everyone is invited to participate. Yes, we have speakers today, but you as a community are sitting down here. Your responsibility is to provide resources and to help the person up here overcome the challenges that they are about to tell us. So, with that said, we have 3 rules at 1 Minute Cups. We love to make this easy, efficient, and fun. So, here's the first part, fun part. We have a trivia question, and the trivia question is simple. Whoever wins will get a cap and a speaker. A cap and a speaker. So the question is, raise your hand and I'll call you out. How many cups of coffee are drank in a day in the U.S.? 1 million? More. Wow. No. More. More. way more. Way more. 1.2 billion? Well, yeah, less. Come on. 52 million? More. More. 500 million? Less. 400 million? A little bit more. 407 more. How much? 5 million? It's more than 400 and something million. ¿Cuánto, Nelson? 485? A little bit less. Over there in the back, in the red. 475, less. 450, a little bit less. 445, a little bit less. 432, a little bit more. 435 more. 436 more. 440. There you go. 440. Oh. ¿Se lo quieres llevar? Oh. You want to get here? By the way, this is special merch that we just received from Kansas City. It's a cap and a speaker. So please rock that speaker. If you came in and there were good vibes, this is our 1MC Southwest playlist. So every Wednesday we are energizing the entire community in the Southwest region. So you are wondering why this random guy is doing here. Augusto is our lead organizer for the community of McAllen. So please welcome Augusto.
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure and a blessing to be here with you today this morning. I'm very, very grateful for the Chamber of Commerce for everything they do. This 1 Million Cups event, I was part of it as a member of the Chamber before. I was a participant, and now I'm one of the organizers, so it feels very, very good to be here today. I'm here to talk to you about the McAllen Creative Incubator a little bit. I've been here in the incubator for 7 years now. My business has been open for 11 years, so most of my time in front of my business, which is Creative Art Studio, I have been hosted by the Chamber of Commerce in this building. This building, guys, holds more than 25 tenants, more than 25 businesses or entrepreneurs. We have Soto, which is technology, software. We have creative arts. We have Eduardo. We have Cecilia, a bunch of artists. This is a place where art, technology, and entrepreneurship converge and merge and thrive. Honestly, this building was repurposed by the Chamber of Commerce in 2012. Before that, in 2010, up to 2010, from the 1950s, was the McAllen Original Library. This was the library. Raise your hand if you have been here when it was the library. I'm curious about that. There you go. Half of it, the people were here. I actually were here in my days of college as well. And then it closes in 2010, and the Chamber rescued and repurposed it into this McAllen Creative Incubator. We have a radio station. We have workshops, showcases. Our work organized by Michelle over there. Thank you, Michelle. And it's a really, really, really nice building. Come here in the afternoon. It's more like an after 4 p.m. kind of building, up to 9 p.m. on the weekends as well. We're very happy to be here today. The success of my business has been partially thanks to the Chamber of Commerce. Thanks to the Chamber of Commerce, honestly. If it's not for the Chamber of Commerce, we wouldn't be here today. I signed to a bunch of programs when I first started in McAllen. They guide me, they help me, especially during COVID. You guys did an amazing job. And thanks to that, we're here today. So please, let's ring the bell for the Chamber of Commerce and the McAllen Creative Incubator. So with that said, we're gonna go into, yes, there you go. This is a energizer. This is an icebreaker. So be ready to get on your feet for a little bit. Let's put our campanitas on the side, please, really quick. Everyone knows this game, and if not, we'll teach you right now. Rock, paper, scissors, piedra, papel o tijera. There's different ways you can play a game. Right? The way we're gonna play the game today is this way. So everybody repeat after me. Rock, paper, scissors, go. Again, like more energy. Rock, paper, scissors, go. Everybody's gonna play that way because we can play it in Spanish, in English, different ways. But today we're gonna play rock, paper, scissors, go. So everybody, please get on your feet. Where you at? Really quick. Let's get on our feet. Okay. You're gonna look around you and you're gonna pick a partner. Pick a partner really quick. It could be the one next to you. It could be someone next to you. There you go. You're gonna introduce yourself. You're gonna introduce yourself. Name. Who are you if you don't know each other? Good. And then you're gonna challenge each other to paper, scissors. But wait a second, guys. Pay attention because this is the bone of the game. This is the main part. If you lose, you're gonna become your opponent's best supporter. So if you're playing with with Michelle, come here, Michelle. If you're playing against Michelle, go for rock. Do rock. Rock, paper, scissors, go. No, you do rock. You do rock. Okay. I'm telling you what to do. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, go. Oh, she beat me, right? Like she won. So now I'm Michelle's bigger supporter. She's going to go and look for another person to challenge. So go challenge Jorge.
But Yeah.
I'm gonna be the supporter, right? Michelle, 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 Michelle. Go, just play. Michelle, Michelle. Oh.
And now everyone will take my name. Jorge, Jorge, Jorge. And I'll be looking for a different opponent. Okay, guys? It's clear, right? Clear as water. Muddy
Okay,
water.
let's challenge your partner. Introduce yourself and go.
Sale,
Walk around,
sale,
walk around.
Sale, sale. I don't hear y'all chanting.
Chant, chant. We gotta be energized. Feel free to walk around, walk around,
Walk around.
walk around. Walk outside of the chairs. Use space.
Sale, sale.
Walk the space. Walk the space. Okay, utilize the space. It's working.
Huh? Okay, this way, this way.
Come this
Who
way,
won?
come this
Who
way.
won? This
Come this way.
This way.
Come this way, come this way. Chant, chant. Hey, the names.
Who's the winner?
Who's the winner? Oh, yeah. Leti,
Leti. Acá. Leti. Vente,
Leti,
vente,
Leti,
vente,
Leti,
vente.
para acá.
Vente,
Enfrente
todos.
todos. Leti,
Leti. Gritando.
Leti.
Leti. Leti. Leti. ¿Quién más queda? ¿Quién más queda?
Name the name.
This way. This way. We're
Cecilia,
making two
Cecilia.
groups. We're making two groups. Okay, wait. Where's your people? Okay. Cecilia. Cecilia. Do we have any other competitors? That's the last two, right? Okay.
Hey, before you go, I just want to say something. Female power, you guys. Female
There
power.
All right, ready? Everyone chanting. Ready? Cecilia. Leti. Oh, Cecilia. Cecilia. Okay, Cecilia, thank you very much for your participation. A hat, a backpack, a notebook. Thank you very much for being here, Cecilia. Thank you for being the winner. The goal of this exercise is to get you all energized. And this is what 1 million cups is. It's magic in an event. All right. Zacatecas. Ah,
Es
todo.
que en Zacatecas juegan mucho rock, paper, scissors.
Sí. Ya estamos listos entonces. Ok. Our start of week, we already talked about that, Linda, right? Where is you, Linda? We already talked about RGV Startup Week. You're all set. Do you want to say anything else about RGV Startup Week? Absolutely. Actually, I have that pending. And,
Thank you. We do have a session right after this at the talent chamber, part of the RGV Startup Week, for commerce. So if you're interested, it's 11 to 1 over at the Talent Chamber of Commerce facility. So part of RGV Startup Week, guys. It is a phenomenal week. We have a big lineup later on, as you know, once we finish McAllen in Westlaco. And then tomorrow we are in Far and Mission. And then back in Brownsville on Friday for Her Texas. That's coming in from Dallas for all women entrepreneurs. So,
with that said, it's about time. You guys have had enough of us already, I imagine. So let's give it up for our speakers. And first we have Mary Soto. She's from Brownsville. And please join us in welcoming Mary.
Woo!
Bonjour. My name is Mary Soto. And I am the proud owner of Jolie Petite and the executive chef. Um, Thank you so much for having me and thinking of me. And I'm so proud to represent my lovely community of Brownsville today. Going on and off. I don't know where to stand, but um, so my story is 6 minutes. Not gonna cut it, but um, I started off as a banker, and I loved my job. I was banking for 16 years, and the pandemic hit, and after that, I was a little bit burned out, right, of being in corporate, and I wanted to do something. I felt like life was too short. You know, some of my peers and friends lost their families during the pandemic, and I felt like, you know, I need to be close to home, you know, where my parents are, and a little bit closer to my niece and my sister, my nephews. Um, so in thinking of that, I kind of reevaluated what I really wanted in life, and you know, with the help of my husband, we we did culinary school. uh, we did culinary. Well, I did culinary school, but he was my photographer, my sous chef, so he deserves also an award or a certificate, right? And so when that happened, it was during the pandemic, and I did it online. It was the hardest thing I've ever done because I didn't have hands-on training, and I now I see and I get invited to STC to their culinary arts program, and I see what they have. I felt like, oh my God, this is amazing. Um, but going back to culinary school, which I did it for 2 years, and while working at the bank, and so I was salaried. So that means, I know most of you are here salaried, right? Or some of you, means you're doing 50 to 60 hours a week. And so plus doing that, plus doing full-time school, and doing an externship at the end, um, it was a lot. And you know, I don't know where I found the will, but I felt like my husband had a lot to do with that, supporting me, my family, and my friends as well. So I think having a really good support system and knowing really what you want to do and are satisfied with yourself is a big component on your success. You can't just do it alone. There's a way, you know. I feel like that really helped me in pursuing what I really wanted, and uh, jumping in and not waiting when the right time is to open Jolie Petite. So I graduated, and I graduated with honors, and I was very proud of that moment. We got to go to Colorado, where Augustus Coffee is based, and I got to walk, and my parents went with me, my husband, and it was amazing. It was just like on another level, right, of feeling myself whole and proud, because I did this for myself. I didn't do it because I needed a degree for a job, right? So in graduating, this is 2022, I decided, you know, when is the right time to go for what you want or what you want to do in life, you know? And I decided to do my R&D, my research and development, and into doing what Jolie Petite is now. And I took 2 years, almost 2 years, and I quit my corporate job. I traveled, experienced, did research, and Jolie Petite was born. Um, so that was a good eye opener after, after, you know, because you have so much will and you have so much ganas, but once you see the storefront or once you see you're almost about to open, it's like, oh my God, am I doing this right now? And you not having the experience of being a restaurateur or the kitchen experience, right? I did do my externship for about 2 months here with a local chef, and I learned so much. And I also was able to um, work at a brunch place here locally in McAllen because we lived here in Edinburgh, my husband and I. And so yeah, I got that experience, like studying and doing my research. I came up with my menu, and we opened Jolie Petite. Um, at first, I there's so much doubt or self doubt, right, that I had, and because I didn't consider myself as a chef, and to this day, I hear people mentioning like, "Oh, Chef Mary," and now I introduce myself proudly as Chef Mary, and knowing that I earned that by working hard, believing in myself, and knowing that my biggest competitor is me. Our minds. I feel like if if you set yourself to do something, you can do anything, absolutely anything. If you want to be an astronaut, you can do it. It's up to you whether what you want to be, right? And so I'm not here to tell you, my path was easy and, anybody can do it. Absolutely not. The path, everyone's path is different, and it's rocky, and it's so much fun, though. The challenges come and go, but I feel like, you know, what are it's not fun if it's not challenging, right? Um, now that we're open, and we just turned a year back in April 16th, so very proud of that. Thank you. So we just turned a year, and um, a lot of the questions that I've gotten this week um, and have gotten before is, when did you feel like you belonged here, like that you did the right choice? And I feel like when when customers came up to me, there was a weekend, and I think it was a festive week. I don't know if it was um, Mother's Day weekend. We were slammed last year, and they we had about, I'm not even lying, like 10 to 12 people come up to us during that weekend and thanking us for doing this in Brownsville, not doing it anywhere else, right? Bringing this to Brownsville, and uh, when that is the moment that I felt like I belonged in downtown Brownsville. So it was really, really special. I get really emotional, so sorry about that. But I felt like, my community loves this, my community believes in it, and I'm going to continue. That's my fuel that feeds me, right? That having them um, satisfied and wanting to go back, and just loving the space that I created for them is what is very rewarding. Other than that, I know I have 6 minutes. I don't know how long it's been, but one of the biggest advice that again I mention is, if you are able to do anything you set yourself to do, and there's nobody stopping you other than yourself. You're your biggest competitor, and the sky is the limit. The sun comes out for everybody. So, thank you. Well, during my R&D, I attended the Kaufman Group at BCIC. It was about a 3-month program, right? 7 weeks. Well, it felt like 3 months. It was long. And so I did that program, and it shows you how to do your business plan, gives you so many resources. I think, I'm not sure if McAllen has the Kaufman Group here, hopefully soon. But I felt like that was the biggest help for me, um, because they didn't teach me that. When I mean, business school, yes, and, uh, when I went to regular college, but um, I felt like that was really, really something that helped me out. And then my city also gives you a pamphlet on what that you need to open up a restaurant. Uh, so it's kind of like a checklist. So that is also very helpful. Um, and I think that was really it. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. So we weren't going to be a bakery at all. We weren't going to have pastries, only croissants. 'Cause obviously it's the French thing. But no, my landlord actually, he's like, you should do pastries. And I said, I'm like, I can't do pastries. I'm not a pastry chef. And I mean, I know how to make some pastries, cakes or anything else, and croissants, breads, but pastries wasn't my forte. And he challenged me. He's like, try it, you know? And he's an awesome man. Shout out to him, Mr. Chacon. He just challenged me that day, and I'm like, let me try this. Let me do some pastries, see how they do. And I used to make them at home and would call up my brother-in-law, hey, come try this, or let me take you that, or this, or my parents, my friends also, and everyone had good comments about them, so it made me feel good about it. So I was like, okay, I can do this. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Mhm. 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 Oh yes, I can definitely resonate with that. My dad, he's like, you sure you don't want to throw some barbacoa in there, some barbacoa tacos? And he's like, what if I take my tortillas de harina? Can you just warm 'em up for me? And I'm like, no. But at first, you know, I was, this is just going to be French. This is all I'm doing. Um, I think everyone loves brunch. On the weekends, during the week, there's time for brunch. You can eat brunch. We get asked, are you guys going to be open all day for your brunch menu? And, there's maybe, but I felt like brunch was not going to be a hit or miss. I felt like it was going to be a hit because anywhere that you go in Houston or Vegas or anywhere that you travel, you look for a brunch and dinner, right? We don't look for lunch places. We look for brunch or breakfast, and well, at least that's what my husband and I did, right? But I did have to evolve some of my menu items. I've changed my menu 3 times in the past year. And I've taken some things, added some things, Americanized some things because, people still want not your lemon ricotta pancakes or crepes, um, but they want regular buttermilk pancakes. So I did have to listen to my customers um, and change some of the things. So we're still French, but now we're French inspired.
Hello,
Hello.
my name is Sebastian.
Hi,
Rather than
Sebastian.
asking a question, I want to say congratulations on what you're doing.
Thank
I
you.
don't know if you guys remember me. Congratulations on both of you. We met at the Chamber of Commerce like a year and a half ago.
Uh-huh.
And, I remember meeting you and your husband at a speed networking event.
Okay.
And you were passing on the business cards for Jolie Petite.
Uh-huh.
And I remember both of you saying we're gonna open a restaurant. And to be honest, I didn't really pay much attention. I just said like, well, maybe they're opening another taqueria, right, or
Mhm.
another place, right? And then a friend of mine sent me a video of your restaurant, and I just want to say thank you for opening something like this in Brownsville, which is not the regular idea, the regular concept. My family lives in San Antonio, Houston, Austin, and every time they come to Brownsville, they say, "What's new? Where are you gonna take us?" And the list of places that I would like to take them is kind of short sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Besides taking them to El Último Taco and all those places,
Right.
but I wanna tell you thank you for doing something different. You know,
Mhm.
it's a risk doing something like this. You don't know how people will receive it, but from what I've seen, I think you're doing amazing. I just want to say congrats.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot. It is a huge risk, but it's so rewarding. So jump in if you can. I think we had another
Good morning, everyone. I'm Trina Milano. I really resonated with your story, Mary, having that sort of imposter syndrome starting out, and then
question.
finally feeling you're whole and that you belong to the entrepreneurial community. Um,
Right.
my question is, do you want to expand to different cities, or perhaps have some of your pastries out in merchandise and supermarkets? I'm just curious.
Yes, that is the goal. Franchise. So yes, I do want to continue growing. There's no settling here. We want to expand, and um, obviously the upper valley has knocked on our doors here recently, and we're open to it. We're open to any challenge. I think I can make it in Brownsville and thrive there. We can make it anywhere. So
That's
yes,
amazing. Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, everyone, we have time for one last question. One last question right here.
Okay, so I have just one question. So I've always wanted to try escargot, and I've been to Paris with my brother before, but I never had the guts to try it. So is it kind of chewy the way that you make it, or is it more like on the harder side, the way that you cook it?
So if it's chewy, it's undercooked.
It's undercooked. That's true. Yeah, that's right. That's
Um,
rule of thumb right there. Yeah.
yeah. So no, yeah, we do have escargot. We don't have the shells. We have it without the shells.
Without the shell.
I think it's better and it cooks faster. So I love it. And you do have to cook it at 450 degrees with butter.
Just one more question.
Yeah.
Would you ever fry it, kind of like fried oysters, or no?
I'm sorry, what?
Would you ever make it like a fried oyster type of thing?
I haven't tried that, but
Okay, yeah.
I'd
if
be
you
open
could,
to it.
I mean,
That'd be nice.
yeah,
Nice crunch.
a nice crunch.
Yeah.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, Mari, one last question from the 1 Million Cups community to you. How
Mhm.
can we help you?
How can you help me? Um,
Besides going to
continue.
eat.
Yes, it's going to eat. I think reposting, sharing with your friends and family, um, and not only for myself, but for any other small businesses. You guys are bread and butter, you know. And um, yesterday I had a panel, um, and I got so much feedback, even though I was one of the panelists. But one of them mentioned, Chili's, 35% of it goes to corporate, but my dollar it goes back here to our community. So spend your dollars at your small businesses, and I feel like if you do, they'll continue to grow. And yeah, that was it.
That's a great point. Thank you so much, Mari.
Thank you.
Jorge has a token of appreciation. Mari, really quick, Mari, we must let you know if you write any recipes in that notebook, you have to share with them 1 million cups. Just kidding. Okay, everybody, let's ring the bells for Mari again. Thank you so much. And our next guest is Mr. Carlos Mandujano from Tag You. Let's ring the bell for Carlos. Carlos, where you at? Getting ready? He's coming.
Good morning, good morning.
Yeah, he's ready. Welcome, Carlos. Enjoy, guys.
Have you ever been in a room with 50 or 100 people and thought, I wish every single one of them had my business card? What would that look like if I were to hand out 100 business cards? How long would it take for you to share 100 business cards individually, one by one? Imagine this. You walk into that same room, you pull out your phone, and you share your cards with everybody. Instantly. That used to be my reality. So these are scattered, thrown on the floor, they're forgotten, right? So when I say this used to be my reality, I used to bring stacks of business cards to events and meetings hoping they'd make an impact. They'd all end up scattered and forgotten. While watching all those paper cards, let me do this real quick because I know I practiced it. So watching all those paper cards, I knew that my leads would slip away, and I knew there had to be a better way. That's how Tag You was born. It's not just another app, but a solution that transforms how we. Tag You is a smart digital networking tool that replaces outdated paper cards. It allows you to share your business card with a tap, a scan, a single link, or my favorite, using swipe technology. While many apps just digitize the card, Tag You lets you swipe and share instantly, creating a real network, not just a contact list. But Tag You is more than just a digital business card. You can embed your contact info, your social media, your website, booking links, videos, or even real-time promotions for your business. It's your personal brand, always up to date, always professional. These features weren't dreamed up in a tech startup. They were born from real-world experience. So before I created Tag You, I worked in public service. I was a firefighter, moved up to deputy fire marshal, working closely with business owners and executives, including major companies like Costco. Later, I served as assistant fire chief and eventually interim fire chief for the city of FAR. I attended countless events, inspections, meetings, networking constantly, and meeting with key decision makers. And while I made great connections, I just couldn't keep up. That's the reality. I lose track of who I met and misplaced business cards, missed valuable follow-ups. I didn't come from tech. I saw a real problem and decided to solve it. All those years of networking taught me one crucial lesson. It's not about how many cards you hand out. It's about the connections that you maintain. In fact, I once shared my Tag You card with a business owner. That one interaction turned into one project that earned me over $100,000 profit. One scan, one conversation, and that is the power of being remembered. So now let me ask you, what would $100,000 in your pocket do for you today, for your business, Jolie, or your personal life? And this $100,000 opportunity, it's not an isolated story. It's happened a couple of times. So whether you're a real estate agent closing your next deal, a consultant building your client base, a creative, an entrepreneur, a business owner, a city official, or just somebody that likes to attend mixers and job fairs, Tag You works for you. So it's flexible, it's scalable, and it's secure. Now you might be wondering, what does an investment in your professional future look like? Here's the game-changing part. The person receiving your card doesn't even need the app. Tag You is live right now in the Apple Store, and it's affordable. Just $6.99 a month or $59.99 a year. That's less than what you spend on a box of printed cards, and you'd never run out. You can introduce Tag You to your workplace, your school, your sales team, or even your local chamber of commerce, like right here we're doing today in McAllen. It's built for personal and enterprise use, and it grows with your network. But what really makes Tag You special isn't just its affordability or features, it's its innovation. The future of networking was born right here in the Rio Grande Valley. This isn't a concept. Tag You is live, working technology built right here in our community. Our valley, it's always been about connections, connecting cultures, connecting communities, connecting opportunities. Today I'm inviting you to be a part of this connection revolution. So I'm not just looking for customers. I'm looking for community champions. Try Tag You today, share it with your network. Invite me or my team to demo it at your school, your expo, at your workplace. And let's build a smarter way to connect, starting right here in South Texas. Now imagine, South Texas being known as the birthplace of smart networking, and that starts with us. Thank you very much for your time, and let's tag.
All right. Now we open it for questions. Any questions for Carlos? Yes, that way. Can you pass it to the back?
You're not a tech person, you're a firefighter. Congratulations.
Correct, thank you.
What did you
Nice.
learn about tech startup world as you dove into it? Because I'm not a tech person, I'm diving into the tech startup world as well. What did you learn as a non-technical person diving into that industry? And how did you go about, especially like with iOS, iOS is traditionally thought of as a little more difficult to program for.
That's correct. So I did have to learn that I have to look for the correct developers. I did have a team of developers here locally, and I tried to stay local. So what I did is reached out to some developers in Austin that were local, that used to be local. So the hardest part was looking for the correct language. That's one thing I learned. You got React Native, you got C++, Python. So that's one thing that you have to do. As you can see, right now I'm in the Apple Store, but I'm going to be in Google Play within the next couple of weeks. Everything's in transition, but we did have to correct some of the code. One thing that I learned is that Apple is always requesting that you update. So you have to be real cautious with your updates, because then they can pause it. And it's difficult, yeah.
So I have a question. So within your business, within your competitors like Popple or Link, what makes yours so different from all of those?
So Popple, Blink, there's Camcard, there's plenty. Everybody has competitors. So one thing that I'm using is swipe and share technology. They use QR codes, they use web links. So what it is swipe and share technology is actually I can just, if your AirPlay's on right now, I don't know if some of you can actually, to see who could raise up their hand and tell me if they receive it. So if your AirPlay is on, right now Apple only. Well, you know what? Your AirDrop, your AirPlay. Yeah, your AirDrop. Let me see. Who's Alan? Alan's phone. Okay, there's two Alans. Okay. So Julio, Zulian. So you guys are just receiving my cards right now. And I can actually just share to everybody. So Julio declined my card. Julio, where you at? So yeah, we'll try them again. But so I can airdrop. Now, for some reason, one thing is if we don't have connectivity, here in the valley we have spaces that are dead zones. La Plaza Mall is infamous for dead zones. So what we do is we can actually use uh, something that's not connected to the internet. We can just go up and I'll just swipe, or I'll just kind of just pass it over to you, and you'll have my card instantly. That's the thing is that you want to make sure that you create a Digidex. That's one thing that mine has as well. It's a Digidex, and you can actually update it. So, for instance, I have my two assistants right here, and if one of them decides I'm gonna update it, you know what? I just got a promotion. I became, chief marketing officer, and changes that, it automatically will change, and it'll keep you up to date. Let's say me, I'm here, a CEO, founder, and one day I decide, you know what? Or they tell me, hey, you're the janitor. I'll change my title, and it'll update automatically. So it always keeps you up to date. It always keeps you relevant. That's actually the Digidex right there. You got Jackie Mitchell, Michael Cano, attorney, David Wendorf. These are people that actually do have the app. Jason. So, those are some things that TagU has. So there's a bit of things that I've already looked at as far as with Blink, Apple. I know that I used Dot Card once. Dot Card, if you leave your card at home, that's it. You forgot it. You're done for the day. But how many of you have ever left your cell phone alone? I mean, it's very far away you're going to forget your cell phone. So that's why you carry your cell phone at all times. Any other questions?
Good morning again.
Good morning.
My question was, what was the timeline like from concept to research, development, testing, and then really launching your app? I'm just curious.
Going through MVP, the hardest part was actually, and it's small things. So you're here thinking, oh, I want to have the best app with all the graphic design, all everything. And really what you need to do is you just need to put it out there. So the timeline from MVP to product, it actually happened within a few months, to be honest with you, because I had the correct developers. They coded, they did left and right coding. We tried many things. The thing is to have a focus group. Whatever app you're going to mess with, or whatever app you want to decide, the fasting or the timeline can be very long if you don't have the correct support system, because from there you do need to have testers. That's one thing that I'm asking from you guys right now is to become testers. If you can download it, check it out. It's free. It's free. The freemium model's free, and then from there you can decide, hey, you know what? I do need more cards, and that opens up. You get the tax and everything. But to be honest with you, there's really no timeline. It's how much you put in as far as the effort. It could take you. Put yourself to think it's going to take me 1 year. It's going to take you 1 year. But if you say, hey, it's going to take me 60 days. Let's see what I can do in 60 days. It might take 90, but you're going to get there pretty quick. So apps, pretty easy if you have the right team.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, what is your vision for your future? Are you thinking of growing this to be a huge company, or are you thinking of having it be acquired by a bigger company? Where do you see it going?
So the end in mind is actually I have launched this at South by Southwest. I did a soft launch, and it did pretty good. So what my vision is to actually grow it and scale it up, use it for something that I'd like to collaborate with McAllen or Edinburgh, and do a networking cohort. So that way there's going to be future leaders. I'd like for them to understand that networking is key. A lot of people say your network is your net worth. I have a different understanding. Your network is your potential net worth. Because if you don't reach out to them and you don't talk to them, your network can be very valuable, but you need to have your ask. You need to be able to tell them, hey, you know what? I know you're in this position. Can you help me out? And the thing is that a lot of people will help out. It's not about just being, a bucket of crabs, where we're just down here. So my end in mind is to build it, create something like a networking cohort, use TagU, and then eventually at one point or another, see where it goes. Maybe we're going to you know what? I want to send a business card to somebody that I know in Washington, D.C. It'd be very difficult. But with Tag You can just share it real quick. And then when you're live on Tag you just go to their website. It's helped out so much. So basically, it's up in the air. But ultimately, I would want to grow it and make it a big networking, more than just a digital business card, a networking platform.
I have a question real
Yes.
Speak.
Thank
Maybe. Uh, so my name is Julio, and this is a great product, and
Thank you,
it makes me happy that we're having conversations like this in the Rio Grande Valley when you're talking about product development in the tech space. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
So I represent, there's a AI tech club in Brownsville at the eBridge Center. My hope and goal is, it's going to lead up to a question to you in a little bit. I've noticed in that building there's a lot of people with technology challenges like you face and trying to execute and build your idea out. So my goal is to have people like you not to have to go out of your way and find that. I want Austin or wherever you went. I want eBridge to be known as, hey, I have a technology product and there's a team of people here ready to solve it. That being said, my question to you is, because we have two people right here with technology products in that incubator right now. They've been a part of this program for the last 3 months, and they've been business development. Now they have these technology products, and they're about to phase out to the point where they're going to come up to the challenge that you had where, hey, where do we, how do we find people? Is it a partnership? Do we need to get money to pay someone to help develop? How was that pathway to you to find those developers? That's the question that at least these two right now know that they're about to get to in about a month. So thank you.
So if your question is how to find those developers,
Yeah.
that was very difficult but honestly, the way that it worked is networking. You know, I would come in here and I'd come to the McAllen chamber. I asked. One day I was sitting in the crowd as well. Hey, one gentleman was saying, "Hey, what?" And I said, "That's my startup." You know, right then and there. That is the. Thank you. If I had this, I think I would have done better. Hold on, nope, maybe. No. So that's the thing is to network and make sure that you listen out. Like today, I can actually tell you, you know what? If you're having problems finding a developer, I have a team of developers, and it happens that he's originally from Brownsville. You know, so he's from Brownsville, working with Dell, working with major companies with the Navy, creating drones. You know, so those are the things that was difficult initially to find who. But the thing is that you have to really vet them, you know, because it can get difficult for you if you're developers, if you don't have your, I mean, and you don't have to because NDAs only keep honest people honest, you know, but NDAs, NCAs, and always go through that progress, you know, that step to make sure you find the correct developers and ask them, hey, what can you do to show me that you're a good developer? You know, straight up. You know, bootstrap yourself. Tell them, hey, I don't have $100,000 to throw at you right now. You know, so that's the thing.
We have time for one more question, guys. Here.
So how long did it take you to get past the beta version of your app?
So the beta version of the app, I remember Sally Pastrogera was there. I think she sat at the where it was with Mr. Quintanilla, Omar Quintanilla, and Art Ortega, and them, and they actually gave me a grant or a grant that I need here in McAllen. So that was minimal viable product right there, right? From there, I just started seeing that, you know what, it can be done. I remember the older gentleman that was here. He said, "Hey, Carlos, I didn't think it was gonna be done. Honestly, it sounded like a networking app, like an app here in the valley. That's yeah, it's not really. But then when I did it, he was like, hey, I'm a proud papa. You know what? I helped you get it done. So from MVP to beta, I would say probably within 6 months. Yeah, we did that, and then we actually put it in the store within about a year. But the only thing is, like, go back to it, having your developers, having your support team supporting, because you need to test. Uh, but the only thing is, there's a couple of things, but one of the most important things is don't be so critical. Put it out there, because you need your community to give you back. Hey, you know what? Do you have this? Hey, what have you added this? What did this work? So that's the big product. Put it out there, and people will support you. It's like the field of dreams, right? A lot of us are older here. If you build, they will come. Well, it's been impressive.
So it took you around 12 to 18 months to actually put it into the store?
To put it in the store, yeah, you could say 12, a year.
You found success after the first year, though.
So we did have 1,000 downloads.
Downloads, okay.
Yeah, we did have 1,000 downloads, but we had them on Google Play and we had them on Apple. And a lot of it was insurance agents and salespeople. I was like, wow. We had 857 downloads in North America here. We had some downloads in Qatar, Dubai, South Africa, which was impressive, But I do know that I had some people, some doctors, some pharmacists that were from South Africa here, and they downloaded it, they shared it. So all the analytics, all that data, I was able to acquire it, and we had 1,000 downloads. Right now, we're growing, but I had to relaunch it. It goes back to that question, make sure you have the correct language, because the updates happened after COVID that I needed to rewrite code. So not me personally, but the people that charge.
Okay, everybody. As always, Carlos, we have one last question for you, and that is from 1 million Cups community to you. We help.
It goes back to if you can download it, test it. A big ask is it's still in progress. So if you're gonna put the 5 stars, awesome. If you're gonna put 1 star, give it to me via email. Or if you're gonna add anything to it, or say, hey, you know what, this would be good. That'd be awesome. But you can actually send to my card, or you could send to email that you'd like for me to demo it at your workplace. I do need to be able to have testers, guys. That's important, because remember, we're at the foundation phase. I know that, and I see Mr. Discano, I know I had shared my card with Mayor Hernandez, which was awesome, at Starbucks, and I had a follow-up with him. So maybe if you could just, get in his ear, that'd be great. But yeah, I'd love for the McAllen Chamber to see if they can utilize it, because that's what we're here for. We're here for networking. Right now, I'm gonna pull out my phone and I'm gonna go up to you and ask you, hey, can I give you my card? Can I pass it? And it's gonna be instant. It's gonna be real quick. And you have my card, but I won't have yours. And that's what's important, is having yours, because if there's something that I can help you out with, I will. So that's one thing. I know Robert Lopez mentioned at one time we were going to do it with the convention in 2020. We were going to do it with the CVB was going to do where I could pre-register people that came for conventions to network. So that's mainly it. It's just help me get in places where I can see if this is something that will work out. So CV, the Convention Visitors Bureaus, Chamber of Commerce's, I'm going to actually have a meeting with EDC in Edinburgh and Soho. So if y'all have any contacts there, please let me know.
Let's ring the bell for Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos. And that's probably like second cup of 1 million cups. I remember having you in the past. Thank you very much, Carlos. It's impressive that we have those type of tech companies down here, and thank you for doing this. All right.
I first one came with a few $1,000s though.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Can I throw my 2 cents before we let you go, guys? I just gonna take the freedom of saying this because it was a common question for both entrepreneurs, the French pastries, the technology apps. We both like to both of them. We both ask the same questions like, why here in the city? Why not barbacoa with the French pastries? Or why do you think of this if we already have all LinkedIn or whatnot? see new businesses that are over there who are not here, and you want to do it, something that is not happening here is the time to do it. Because the city, the region is growing, and we need to do it. For God's sakes, we have Soho here, right here in Bellevue, thanks to the Chamber of Commerce. So that's my 2 cents as an entrepreneur. If you want to do a crazy idea, this is the time because McAllen's growing and the valley is growing. Thank you.
And talking about crazy ideas, we have the McAllen International Economic Summit in about a week or so. So if you're interested in tech and AI, this is the place to be. We will have a keynote speaker, Jesus Coche Cruz. And yeah, this is a great opportunity to connect with like-minded people that are super interested in tech. We have opportunities for ticket table. So please let us know if you're interested. If that QR code doesn't work, reach out to me, to Letty, to any of the people with a 1MC shirt, and we'll help you. And Michael, can we slide to the other? Yeah. So if you haven't signed up for RGV Startup Week, please do so. This is the QR code, or in the entrance, they can help you out. So at 11, we will have our intro class for the e-commerce certification. If you want to stop by, this is totally free. The McAllen Chamber of Commerce, or 5 blocks down the road. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you next month.